TGIF, everyone. It's Friday. It's October. October's Halloween month. And so a little bit of family drama. My granddaughters that I get every second week and holidays, I asked them to bring their costumes down because I traded weekends with their biological mother because we have a wedding to go to at the end of the month. And everything was fine, right? Sure, no problem. And so I said, can you bring their costumes down? Because I'm going to have a Halloween party this weekend. Why not? Why not do it, right? And it was like 12 emails back and forth that they were not going to send their Halloween costumes because everything that comes down to my house apparently gets lost or stolen, which is so not true. So not true. I send them back with... If their clothes are in the laundry, I'll send them back with new clothes or even better clothes, right? They come down with not very nice clothes. The only other thing they bring down is my granddaughter has asthma, so she brings her asthma medication. That's it. So I send it back. But the bio mom is not a very truthful person. And I'm not saying that for any other reason than it's the fact. Their biological mom I've known since she was 10 or 11, 11 or 12 maybe. And she used to sneak out of her house and come to my house, and there is some abuse there. I like her. Just because her and my son didn't work out doesn't mean I don't like her. She will always be the mother of my grandchildren, right? When she walked away from her children to her new boyfriend, that was in 2015, that's her choice. I stepped in as a grandparent and raised the grandchildren from birth till a year ago. The oldest one's turning 10, or is 10, turned 10 last month, and the younger one is 7, right? I did my job. When she was clean and sober and had a good job, it was her time to raise the girls. Now, don't get me wrong. I did fight for them. But we knew that it was her turn, right? And we thought it would be a good thing for the girls to really find out what it's like. Even my granddaughter, she's 10 years old and she is a smarty pants. She says, she'll say stuff to me and we talk about things, but I will not say anything derogatory. Like the grandmother up there, they live 3 hours away, said that I stole the girls, from the mother. And I said to my oldest granddaughter, if I stole something, wouldn't the police come? Well, yeah. So if I stole a child, do you think the police would come? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, so do you think I stole you? She's like, no. She's like, but Mom never says anything truthful anyways. That's just Mom. Everybody knows that. And I'm like, okay, as long as you know that I would never do that, right? When they're old enough, they'll understand. When they're old enough, they can read all the court documents. They can read all the emails. They can read everything. They're just a little young yet. It will come. It will come. The truth will come, right? Her biggest thing is, as soon as I'm old enough, I'm going to live with Dad, right? That's both of them. That keeps what they're saying. As soon as I'm old enough to say what I want, I'm going to live with Dad. We'll see how that goes, right? But the one thing I've learned, and I've done this a lot, like I raised my own children. I raised my niece and nephews when I was young, 16. I raised my grandchildren. I've raised stepchildren. So I know that truth is what you need to tell them, and then they'll figure it out themselves. But anyways, back to the costumes. So it was a big ordeal, no costumes. Me and my boyfriend work too hard for our money. You steal everything, blah, blah, blah. So finally I was like, just don't send any. Don't send any costumes down. It's no big deal. They're like $30 each. Why is this such a big deal? It's a big deal because this is what she does. She makes everything a big deal. And then I was looking back in our messages from last year, and sure enough, the costumes were an issue last year too. I'm sure there'll be an issue going forward as well. Anyways, saying that, we're going to have a Halloween party tomorrow. No costumes are allowed. I have a little exciting thing that I bought all 9 of the grandkids, and that's what we're going to do. We're not going to let somebody's obstinance ruin our time, right? We're just not going to do it. When I had my phone call yesterday with them, I have a FaceTime on Thursdays and I phone on Tuesdays. My oldest granddaughter was really sad. Like, why don't you want us to bring our last year's costumes? And I said, no costumes are allowed. Because one of the big things was last year's costume is good enough. And I didn't want them to feel embarrassed. Everybody's got brand new costumes and they're second best by last year's costume. It's not that the costume's not good enough. It's just, I don't want them to be embarrassed. Childhood trauma is a huge ordeal. A huge ordeal. So I just simply, for everybody across the board, no costumes this year. It's not close to Halloween it's 2 weeks away, but it's not. It's not a big deal. No costumes. I'm going to wear a costume. Nobody else is wearing a costume. Anyways, that's my blended family, childhood, trauma, grandkid ordeal today. Anyways, blended families sometimes suck. I try to make the best of it because this is the way it's going to be for the rest of our life. So kids are not a tug of war. Anyways, like and follow for more blended family information, how I deal with it. Sometimes I need help with it. Like and follow this. You'll get notifications when I come on. And I'm going to be doing a lot more now, now that I'm feeling better.